The erosion of the English coast is just one more problem faced by an engineering team already exhausting themselves with designing solutions.
Back in Nyhamna, they now have to deal with the raw gas that comes out of the Ormen Lange field. The problem is liquid slugs. What comes out of the gas field and through the pipeline is not pure gas. It contains large chunks of debris called slugs. The slugs move through the pipeline with such force that when they reach the treatment plant on land, they have the potential to explode like liquid bombs.
And they will come into the plant with quite high velocity and there's a lot of mass in it. So if those came into the plant directly, it would probably destroy the plant.
The solution is to build a slug catcher, a labyrinth of pipes and filters. A 10,000-ton monster. It will meet the debris and stop it dead before it reaches the Nyhamna plant. Now, they have to contend with the millions of cubic meters of condensate. Every major gas producer ends up with condensate, a valuable stew of raw materials that can be turned into other types of energy. The problem is storing and then moving it. The solution here is to use huge underground caverns carved inside the Norwegian mountains. This mega-sized natural holding tank can be filled with 230,000 cubic meters of condensate. The engineers don't have to line the rock caverns with anything. Water pressure from the surrounding area forces the toxic sludge to stay confined within these walls. Every 4 days, the caverns are pumped dry, and freighters haul away more than 24,000 cubic meters of condensate. For this byproduct is also liquid gold, which can be turned into other types of fuel for the international marketplace. As the Nyhamna gas plant is completed, the final leg of pipe is being laid out to the Ormen Lange gas field, 120 kilometers offshore. A special ship is required to work in these dangerous waters close to the Norwegian coastline. It can maneuver in tight spots using dynamic positioning, moving meter by meter from shore to the Ormen Lange gas field. Out here near the Ormen Lange gas field, the Solitaire reaches the limit of its pipe-laying ability and can go no further. Its job comes to an end at the top of the Storegga slide. This is the most demanding part of the entire Ormen Lange project. The steep terrain left in the wake of the Storegga landslide requires a special pipe-laying ship. This is the S-7000. It's a former crane ship. It's been modified with a 130-meter tower on its stern deck. It's taller than a 33-story building. It's a floating factory. And it's so big, one can easily forget it's 100 kilometers offshore in the North Sea. 20,000 pipes are welded together in groups of 4. They lift the now 48-meter-long pipe up into the 130-meter tower and then lower it onto the pipeline. Here, it is welded to the pipeline, and then the pipe is carefully eased through a series of tensioners within the tower and lowered vertically, straight off the ship. The entire operation takes a month to complete, making the final connection from the template to Nyhamna. With the final link made, the engineers have done what seemed impossible, built a super pipeline through some of the roughest underwater terrain on the planet. The question is, will this super pipeline deliver? What it has delivered is a gigantic leap in the technology of undersea engineering. The technological advances made here might well end up being used under the impenetrable Arctic gas fields. By the time this pipeline gets into full production, the huge army of divers, welders, engineers, and construction people will have already moved on to other projects, leaving behind them a super pipeline, hidden deep under the North Sea.